Hi guys, I'm Chetali and this is my YouTube channel. On this channel, we're going to talk all about beauty, fashion, lifestyle, travel, and a lot more. So if you are someone who's interested in this space, please do subscribe, like, and share the videos. And I'd love to hear from you, so do mention anything you have to say in the comment box. For today's video, we're doing this beautiful, glamorous look with red lips. It's beautiful, it's easy to do, and also pretty quick. So if you want to know more, keep watching, and without further ado, let's get started. So the first step, firstly, my face is well moisturized. Always moisturize your face so that you don't have a cakey base. Your base flows in and sets in pretty well when your face is moisturized, and very important to keep your under eyes moisturized as well. In a separate video, I'll talk about my skincare, the products that I use. So the first thing we'll put on the face is a primer. I use the Maybelline Baby Skin Pore Eraser Primer. You can use any primer that you like. So this primer is very silicone-y in texture, and this absorbs in the skin, and I mean it's really like second skin. So we will just put it all over the face, under the eyes also. Around the nose, and if you have combination skin, or if you have oily skin, it's very important to put it on your T-zone so that there's not a lot of oil out there, and also it helps to set your foundation and not make it bleed. So once the primer is done, we will put up foundation. The foundation that I use is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and I'm in the color 128 Warm Nude. There are several colors, and I'm pretty sure you can get a color that matches your skin very perfectly. The way I like to do my foundation is that I like to dot it all over my face first. And then we will blend it with a damp beauty blender. Put the foundation all over my face with the help of a damp beauty blender. You can use any blender that you like, or you can even use a brush if that's what you prefer. I prefer using a beauty blender, so I'm going to just pat the foundation in. So basically I'm not rubbing the foundation on my face, I am patting it in so that it makes a perfect base. When you rub the foundation, it creates streaks on your face, and clearly that will not look good after the makeup is all done. Besides that, the makeup will become cakey and will not set well if your foundation is not properly blended in. Also remember to put sunscreen if you're going out for the day, and if you're doing it in the evening, obviously you don't need sunscreen. But if you're putting this makeup and going out in the day, you definitely need to put sunscreen before you put the primer. So it's well blended. Now once we've put the foundation, the next step would be to do the eyes. Now usually if you have other dark areas other than your under eye bags and circles, then you will do color correcting first, and then you will put the foundation on top. However, for me it's only dark circles that I have. I don't have major pigmentation or spotting on my face, so I do the foundation first, and just before the concealer I put the corrector. That's the corrector that I'm going to use. This is the Pro Conceal from LA Girl, one of the most beautiful correctors out there. It's very cheap, very affordable, and this is in the color peach that I'm using. If your circles are darker than mine, you should go for an orange color. So just squeeze out a little bit of product. You can use it from the brush. I prefer taking it on my finger and then just dotting it under eyes, and also a bit on the lid and the inner corner, because that's the area which is very dark for me. Again, I prefer using the damp sponge and just blending this in. And again, as I said, I'm using patting motions. I'm just pressing the product in, I'm not dragging it. Same thing on the other eye. Almost running out of the product. See the difference before and after. So once we've put this and it's set, we'll go ahead with the concealer. I like to use the Fit Me concealer, and this is the one. Now I'm in the shade 25 medium Moe. There are 3 or 4 colors in this concealer. I'm pretty sure you can find a good fit for your skin. Now the concealer should be, as you may know, a shade brighter than your foundation or your skin color, so it helps brighten and cover. I'll put a little bit on my lids also, and a bit under the brow bone. Just dotting it, not overdoing it. I also like to cover a little bit dark spots that I have. Frozen mirror, I know that. That's my niece's. That's the only mirror I could get my hands on. So we're just pushing the product in, because on your dark spots or on your pimples or any kind of bumpy things on the face, you don't want to drag the product, because you will eventually not land up covering it, but you just irritate the area more. So just doing up the other eye very quickly. So the concealer is done on both the eyes. You can see how well I have blended this in. Now we need to set the concealer quickly, and you can use any loose powder. The one that I like to use is the Laura Mercier. It's in the shade Translucent. You can use any loose powder. Maybelline has a very beautiful loose powder, and I've heard it's great, although I haven't used it. But I will try and get my hands on it. So we're not baking here, we're just pressing the product in. You can use any sponge. I'm just using any sponge for it, or even your damp beauty blender. Actually, the beauty blender is better to use. Make sure it's damp and not like soaking wet. Then just taking a little bit product on the beauty blender and just pushing the product in. Also make sure you set the lid of the eye, because in case you put any product, I'm not going to be using any shadows, but if you do apply any shadow or any base, then it'll help stick that as well. And also, even if you're not putting anything on the lids, it'll just help the lids not get oily very soon. Mine get oily very faster, very fast. Now I'm doing the same thing and setting my upper lip area as well because that's where I tend to sweat the most, and a bit on the nose and a bit on the forehead. Because it's summers, so you can use any compact to set your entire face if you like. I use the Fit Me compact and I'm in the shade 220. So I'm just gonna take a little bit and just do set my neck. It comes with a sponge, a flat sponge like this, so you can either use this or use a brush as well to just set your face. Just very little bit, because we don't want a cakey kind of base. We want a very smooth base, but since it's summers and you will eventually be sweating a lot if you're stepping out, or even if you're not, so it's good to set the entire face with a compact. You can also set it with a loose powder. Now we'll quickly do up the brows. I'm using the Brow Artist by L'Oreal. There's no particular color in this. I think this is the palette 01, and it comes with a brush and 2 colors. You can use the brush that's there in the palette. It's actually very beautiful, but I'm using the Real Technique brow brush. This is a really good brush to use. I'll just dip the brush in both the colors and very lightly, with a very light hand, do my brows. So I don't like going overboard with the brows. You can do as you like, but I just like to fill in very slightly. Perfect. So I think doing up the brows is really important because it brings the entire makeup together and it changes the look of your face. However, for me, because I have thick brows, I don't like overdoing them or overfilling them. So a powder works very well for me. You can also use a pencil. There are several out there from Benefit. It's really nice. So once we're done with the brows, we're going to go in with a bronzer. I'm using the Rimmel natural bronzer. There's several out there. This is the one. I am not sure if this is available in India. I got it from London. I'm in the color 025 Sun Glow. I like using a bronzer before contouring because this just warms up the face really well. So taking the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, because it's angled, and this is really good for contouring and for bronzing. You see how beautiful that bronzer is? A bit on the forehead as well, just to give the warmth. So bronzer is really to give the warmth to the face and not really for contouring. I mean, for light contouring, yes, but mainly to give warmth in the face. I'll also do my chin very slightly. I'm just pushing the product down. Since this is a glam look, in addition to bronzer, I will also use a contour. The contour that I'm using is by Sleek, and this is in medium 374. This is a contour, bronze and highlight palette. Looks like this. You can use any contour powder, it's not necessary you have to use this one particularly. There are several beautiful drugstore contour powders that are available. So in the darkest color, I'll just dip my brush. And merge this, blend this with the bronzer. Some people like to contour first and then use the bronzer, vice versa. You can use however you feel works well for you. For me, I like to do the bronzer first and then the contour. So there are no hard and fast rules in makeup. You can try and experiment and see, what works best for you. So now do you see how beautiful this contour and bronzer looks? For the next step, we will go in with a blush. I'm using the Chambord blush right here. This is in the color 01 Candy Rose. You can use any blush. It looks like this. It's very, very rosy. You can use any rosy blush that you like. So using any, you don't need to particularly have a blush brush, but you can use anything. I like to use this, which I'm sorry, I don't remember where I got this from. I think H&M in Dubai, when H&M was not even in India for that time. So just tapping off the excess and just putting this. If you see, I'm not dragging, I'm just kind of pushing the product in. It's a beautiful color, so we don't want to sort of drag it in. Just placing it on my face. I like to do a bit on my nose also. On the chin. It's a beautiful blush, and if you don't like to go something with which is bright, you can even go with something that's peach. It'll look really well with this look. Now for my next step, and my favorite step, is going in with a highlighter. I love highlighters. I'm a sucker for highlighters. The one that I'm using is by 17. Now this I got again from London. You can use any highlighter. My other most favorite is, this is a bit used up, is the Makeup Revolution Pro Illuminate. Sorry. Now this is a beautiful color as well, but this is my favorite. It's a shimmer brick. So guys, once this is done, we're going to go in with an eyeliner. I like to use the Deborah matte eyeliner. This is a beautiful matte eyeliner, and I prefer using matte over glossy. So let's quickly get a winged eyeliner done. So that's how the liner looks. So once the wing liner is done, we'll go ahead and put a white pencil or a peach pencil very quickly in the lower waterline. I like to do this step because it makes your eyes look bigger, and it generally just looks very beautiful. So just adding this under my waterline. There is a pencil, a similar color also available in Maybelline, I think, but there are several options available out there. Lightly with a light hand. So now I'm going to go in and add a golden color. This is a golden pencil from L'Oreal. I'll put it in my inner corner of the eye just to give that oomph factor to the eyes and add to the glamorous look. I will, however, leave the link to all the products that I'm using down below. Of course, the ones that are available in India. Very quickly adding mascara. I love mascaras, and I think they really finish the look of the eye, so definitely adding mascara. So the mascara that I used is the very famous mascara from Maybelline, the Lash Volume Mascara. Sorry, this is the Falsies Volume Mascara. It's beautiful, it's waterproof, it comes in a non-waterproof variant as well if you prefer. Now for the final and the main step of this look is a red lip color. The one that I'm using is from Sephora, and this is in the number 01. This has a beautiful doofah applicator, so you don't need a liner to line your lips, like a lip liner to line your lips. See how beautiful that is. So just going in, lining my lips first, and then filling them in with the same doofah applicator. So guys, that's the finished look. I hope you liked this video. If you do, please do like the video, and if you have anything to say to me, please do mention it in the comment box. Definitely subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you're the first one to know when I post another video. Until we meet next, stay blessed, stay beautiful.